Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the game War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is my play-by-email match against KilRoy. He's the commander of the Allied forces. For me it is the Empire of Japan. This is the 25th of March 1942 turn. KilRoy just took over one of the smaller mountain bases near to Port Moresby. But yeah, this is not really the army he has there, or a task force or something to really fight. It's only leftover Australian forces. This is my patrol boat, messing with some forces here in Shishijima. Yeah, at the end no engagement. We both decided, I think, to not engage. This is his additional landing forces, and here's a local minesweeper finding them. I think this is also, they don't want to really fight each other. But this will always stop the unloading for KilRoy, his forces and reinforcements, and give me maybe the opportunity to assembling some countermeasures to hopefully hold this base. Yeah, and the sub near to Truk is still heavily damaged, trying to return to port and get fixed. So here is this task force, one shell hit. And more units storming the beach, but not too many, looks like. And the next shell hit on the AK, starting some fires, hopefully maybe damage this ship. And there's also still some submarines north of Batavia. And again, here's the invasion fleet. So one ship is burning because it gets shell hit. My local minesweeper scares him. And the same again. This time the Allies trying to avoid. But at the end, this is only really messing up. KilRoy have here the missing. What is missing is maybe something like this. Real escort ships. This is the other task force. Some APs supported by destroyers. This is an east of Marcus Island. So this is maybe the AV support coming with troops to Marcus Island to reinforce the base. And I avoid the contact. I mean, not the contact, but the Navy engagement. So there was just information that my Betty bombers have trouble with the weather and cannot find the target. So sweeping still, or Pegu, make sure that there's no airstrike. And now my bombers out of Japan attacking KilRoy's amphibious task force. But my torpedoes missing. But the burning ship get a torpedo hit. And there's some fuel on board, and now the ship is really on fire. And here's the next. This is why normally Shishijima is really risky to take, I think, so early on. Because I can strike with my Navy bombers out of Japan, so that is, I would say, not easy or with high risk for KilRoy to attack here. So, and I'm able to destroy some forces on the ships. More coming. Now with escort. For some reason the map is running not with torpedoes, maybe a misclick by my side. But bomb hit is also nice. Now the standard bombardment in China. And some port strikes against Pegu. This allied tank force or whatever was messing with my forces, getting more or less completely disabled. The Hudson's still on the map, but only 3. And the SP3s. And today they create a 1 damage squad. So some allied cargo ships are sinking, very likely the one at Jima. So now the afternoon, if with a little more luck I can maybe get a second torpedo hit, or torpedo strike at least, Navy strike. But first bombardment of the British divisions. And here are now 19 L bombers, so this is a little more. Port strike attack and torpedo hit. Troja is now also with cargo fuel, so it's burning. That is very risky to load all these cargo ships with fuel. I mean, yeah. Maybe this attempt to take Shishijima early on is now a failure. Torpedo hit but no explosion. Yeah, so all of the ships getting now really completely wiped out. Only 1 AP was able to avoid the hit. Okay. But there's still the Marvis coming. Hit but no explosion. But luckily, more torpedoes. And second torpedo. So Troja sunk and Harpoon is also dead. 2 torpedoes are simply too much for a cargo ship. So before KilRoy can unload all of his troops, my Navy bombers sink them, and now is more coming. So this is, I mean, I don't know how many, I have 100 or more Navy torpedo bombers in Japan ready. So if there's something in range and there's no fighter cover, then this will end like this. And this is maybe the last AP survived so far. But now also 2 hits. Yeah. No target more. Both are dead. And all this forces going down. So I have even more ready to attack, but there's simply no target left. So flying back. So the defense operation for Jima was successful. I think there's not enough troops onshore so far that I must really worry. But I need to bring in my own Navy Guard units to support. Good, but first I kick here some Dutch units. Today they're holding the base. But for how long? So, and KilRoy acted fast and he bring in the first Burma division. But I was maybe even faster and bring in here the 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions plus the third. And all of this force is getting destroyed. So 2,500 against 300, and this is, I think, clear terrain. There's no benefit for the defender. So all of these forces are now destroyed or disabled. And Japanese bombardment of Chichijima. So KilRoy was only able to land 30 attack value. All of the others are more or less sunk before they can completely disembark. Yeah, this is only bombardment, so. But I can destroy the vehicle, so this is not enough. But KilRoy must make a shock attack. Or, yeah, I think this is... must make the shock attack. And it's failed. Disruption is too high. It's not really kills him completely, but this will give him even additional fatigue. But I mean, my units also have fatigue. So this is now really a small arms firefight. But you can see that I have at least some troops here. And this is... KilRoy's forces are simply cut off. Because they was really only able maybe to lend 20 or 30% of the forces and maybe no supplies. And yeah. The coastal artillery regiment is wiped out. Goodie. So, first, let's see. Air losses, no. No one lost here anything today. So all of my torpedo bombers going in, coming back, and no ops losses. Surprisingly. I was able to sink here a bunch of AAKs and 1 AP. So nothing really big. Even this Dutch AP is maybe okay, but later on in 43, 44, the Americans are producing this kind of ships daily. So, but now in 42, it is of course a problem for KilRoy. Ground units destroyed on my side. No, this was American force. Just give up. Chichijima is still this is my fortress. You can still see that it is this, let's say, partly disabled, but there's still some power left. And the base force also similar situation. The maybe like 10% lost, and the fatigue is not high, so these are no forces to attack, but it's enough to hold the island. And yeah, if there's nothing more coming, and and I don't think so, because this was maybe everything KilRoy tried to take or invest in this operation. Then I first survived this. But KilRoy, Pagan, he still took Marcus Island and Pagan, and Saipan is still disabled. So I still have issues, and I have no real way to ship anything from Japan to Truk now immediately directly. So the first thing I need to make sure is that he has really no ship left. He has still 2 APs. So I can only now rely on my Navy bombers to keep this area 15 hexes from Tokyo around clean of enemy Navy presence. But I also must make sure that he has no carriers coming, because my Navy bombers can maybe sink enemy surface ships, but if there's an enemy carrier with buffaloes, even buffaloes are enough, they will shredder my Navy Nell and Betty bombers easily. Good, but in China, nothing really happens. Only all my front bases have a lack of supplies, and not only the front. The overall situation is, let's say, limited supply situation, or supply possible in China. I need to ship more supplies, but I want first create more buffer supplies in Japan. Up to now I come now over 100,000 supplies. So you can see that I am now maybe 60-70,000 supplies in surplus. So I can maybe simply try to start loading supplies. And I do this already. Some days ago I already used this kind of small supply ships, not to take out too many supplies at once, and ship them to Shanghai. So like every second day a ship with 1,000 supplies will arrive in Shanghai. So that I bring maybe 5,000 supplies per week to China. This is first a start. Good, in Burma I was able to defeat this British attempt to counter my invasion. I was quickly enough with enough forces, so I destroyed the first, or disabled the first Burma division. My tanks are also arriving here in Chonggu, so I will try to take all of the central of Burma before I go for Rangoon directly. Here nothing happens. So KilRoy took this one base. So I have now a target. I can maybe send some Navy bombers if I can spare them to attack this base. But first I use some recon airplanes maybe to detect the base and get a better picture of the situation. Nothing happened around Nomaya, and Fiji is quiet. So because all of his all his focus from KilRoy is now on Burma and Central Pacific. So here at Fiji it looks like no counter-strike, and I was also able to load all of the remnants of my divisions, bring them to Suva, and then I can clean up this mess. The problem is, of course, that Suva is low on supplies. Now they have no supplies. Nomaya is just barely 20,000 is normally the minimum amount of supplies I would always say the main base must have. Better is more. And I have still some supplies left in Rabaul, so I will ship them out from here, but this is everything what I have for the Southern Pacific. Simply because I don't know how I can get supplies here down. Easy save. So I must maybe wait for my carriers. My carriers arrived in Truk. So I make now a short refit or repair, 1 or 2 turns. You can see that 2 days I need to fix the battleships, and the carriers also need maybe 1 day or 2 days to fix all issues, and then I can go direct. The Congo have a little bigger issues, but I need a shipyard to fix this, so maybe I will go with the Congo I mean, I will try to fix in 2 days what is possible, the system damage and maybe the engine damage a little, and then I will go direction of Japan, trying to find KilRoy's carriers and or whatever is here still in the area. And once this is done, I can go back to Japan and fix the major damage. This is the plan. We will see how this ends. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.